Hello, my name is Andreas Sergio, and I will be presenting a case of malignant melanoma in a free-ranging piebald elk. Melanocytes are specialized cells of the skin and multiple other tissues that produce the pigment melanin. Eumelanin is the most common type of melanin and serves to protect against damage from UV radiation. Melanomas are malignant neoplasms of melanocytes and have been reported in a wide variety of species of animals, such as fallow deer, horses, and dogs. Decreased melanin in the skin and associated adnexal structures has been associated with an increased risk for melanomas in animals. Piebaldism is an autosomal dominant disorder of melanocyte development, resulting in areas of skin or hair coat that lack or have reduced melanin and melanocytes and are consequently white. Piebaldism is a relatively common syndrome in white-tailed deer, with varying severity ranging from patches of white on their hair coat to being completely white. The genetic cause of piebaldism in deer and other cervids is unknown at this time. For our case, in May 2017, a wild 3-year-old female piebald elk was found emaciated, weak, and unable to stand. The cow was present in an area popular for wildlife viewing and had been well known by the public and photographers. The cow reportedly had progressively lost weight over the course of several weeks. The elk was euthanized due to his poor prognosis for survival, and a necropsy was performed. Now, for the results from the necropsy, starting with the gross lesions, the animal was emaciated with a rough hair coat and infested with numerous ticks. Dried, unformed fecal matter was adhered to the perineum. An approximately 13 centimeter diameter, multilobulated, firm, dark red mass was present on the posterior aspect of the soft palate, partially obstructing the esophagus and extending into the adjacent soft tissues of the ventral mandible, as shown in Figure 1b. A 1 centimeter, well-delineated, focal, dark red, firm mass was present in the ventral aspect of the right diaphragmatic lung lobe, as seen in Figure 1c. For the cytology, impression smears of the cut surface of the oropharyngeal and lung masses were stained with a modified right stain. Cytologic features of both tumors were similar and consisted of neoplastic cells with criteria of malignancy, including anisokaryosis, which is variation of nuclei size, multiple prominent nucleoli, and sporadic cells containing fine brown-black cytoplasmic granules consistent with melanin. As seen in Figure 2a and Figure 2b, the triangles indicate the anisokaryosis, which is the prominent nucleoli, and the sporadic cells containing fine cytoplasmic granules that are consistent with melanin are indicated by the asterisks. For the histopathology and immunohistochemistry, formalin-fixed samples of the masses and multiple other tissues were embedded in paraffin, sectioned at 5 micrometers, and stained with hematoxylin and eosin. The histologic features of the oropharyngeal and pulmonary masses were similar and consisted of sheets of loosely to tightly arranged, ovoid, slightly elongated cells with variable amounts of cytoplasm and displaying mild to moderate nuclear and cellular pleomorphism and marked mitotic activity. Both the oropharyngeal and pulmonary masses showed positive immunohistochemical staining for PNL2, which is a marker for melanocytes, and this is seen in Figure 3. Figures 3a and 3b indicate the interface between normal tissue and neoplastic tissue, and in Figures 3c and 3d, the red granules indicate the staining of the PNL2, and the darker blue color indicates the normal cellular structures. Although piebaldism is common in white-tailed deer, the syndrome is extremely rare in wild elk. Neoplasms are generally uncommon for wild elk, and to our knowledge, this is the first report of an oral melanoma in this species. There have been sporadic reports of cutaneous melanomas in captive cervids and equines. Interestingly, most of these cases occurred in animals with light-colored coats, such as white fallow deer and gray horses. It has been documented that piebald individuals suffer from non-uniform distribution of melanoblasts, directly affecting normal melanocyte development and potentially increasing the risk of melanoma formation. The light-haired regions of this piebald cow may have predisposed the animal to developing melanomas due to a lack of eumelanin in its protective qualities against UV radiation. Future studies may be directed towards potential linkages between the mutated genes causing piebaldism and melanoma development. Thank you.